What's up, Eagles fans? Amy Campbell, Fran Duffy back again with your postseason edition of Eagle Eye in the Sky, and a tough test on the road for the Eagles this week, facing the Chicago Bears, a defense they've seen before, but a new piece added this year, Fran, and a guy people probably have heard of, Khalil Mack, one of the most disruptive defensive linemen in the NFL. Let's take a look at what an offensive line can do against a pass rusher of this caliber.
Yeah, I think really to answer that question, Amy, you almost have to take it back to basics. So I just wanted to show you guys really what it comes down to when you're looking at any kind of pass play. I would say most protection schemes are built this way. Really, you can cut the protection in two. There's going to be a man side and a zone side of the protection. Okay, so you have zone blocking and man blocking. So what determines which side is which? Well, really you could start with the center. And you're going to watch Jason Kelce here. Which way is he going to slide? Everybody likes to say, oh, you slide the protection one way to protect against a powerful edge rusher. Well, you're going to see the slide go here to the right. So Jason Kelce is going to slide right. Brandon Brooks is going to slide right. Lane Johnson is going to slide right. Here's Khalil Mack. So you're sliding the protection towards Khalil Mack. And what I mean by this being the zone side is that now all these guys are responsible for whichever defender comes into their gap. If anybody crosses their face or goes across them into a different gap, they don't pay them any mind. They're just worried about who's in each of their own gaps. So it actually makes things easier for those offensive linemen because those defensive linemen now don't have a two-way go. You only have one assignment, just block the guy that's directly to your right. Now, that's the zone side. On the man side, it's exactly how it sounds. It's man-to-man. Chance Warmack is manned up on the defensive tackle, and then you've got Big V manned up on this outside linebacker. So you've got your man side, and then you've got your zone side. And all these things all come together. It's nice and clean here where you've got 5 protectors across the board going up against 4 defensive linemen from Oakland. And you're going to see nice slide protection. There's your slide. There's your man-to-man, and this is going to actually end up perfect, Amy, because you're going to have Khalil Mack who's going to step up forward and then loop inside. So you see the slide work to perfection here because now Jason Kelce is right there. He's sliding to his right there to pick up Khalil Mack on this stunt, and that opens up space there for Nick Foles. The pass is not incomplete. The man side of that protection broke down, but you saw the slide work well there on that play.
Pretty textbook protection there from the Eagles offensive line. So Khalil Mack in the Bears defense, he moves all over the place. But here in Oakland, he is pretty much exclusively at left end, and he was in this game. And Lane Johnson getting the one-on-one matchup a lot here, and really speaks to the amount of trust that the coaches have in their tackle here.
Yeah, I think when you look back at this game against Oakland, you saw that Lane Johnson was left one-on-one with him numerous times, and that's been the case over the course of his career, especially the last few years. You know, we've seen DeMarcus Lawrence and Von Miller and Justin Houston, so many of the top pass rushers line up over the right tackle.
And Lane wants that matchup.
Oh,
He just feeds off of that competition.
He loves it. He wants to be the best, and to be the best, you got to beat the best. So Lane Johnson often is left on an island. You're going to see that exact thing here on this play where they're going to slide the protection again. So you've got your slide all going to the left. And this is actually going to be a 4-man slide where you've got the right guard, the center, the left guard, and the left tackle all going that direction. And what you're going to see, and it's a perfect visual, is Lane Johnson left on an island one-on-one with Khalil Mack. So there's your one-on-one. That's the man side of the protection. Now you've got your slide protection, the zone side, right onto the other side. And what do you see here? It's a numbers game, right? You've got 4 offensive linemen for the Eagles against 3 blockers, or 3 defenders rather, for the Oakland Raiders. So you have a numbers advantage to that side, and then you've got Lane Johnson left one-on-one, and this works perfectly. You're going to see Nick Foles. He's going to have a nice pocket here. He's going to step up. This should have been a touchdown to Zach Ertz. He overthrows this just shy of the goal line there. Could have been a big play, put the Eagles on the doorstep. Instead, it's an incomplete pass, but the protection worked perfectly on that one, and that's an example where you can see Lane Johnson left on an island there against one of the best pass rushers in football.
One of the things Doug Peterson spoke about in his Wednesday press conference when it comes to accounting for Khalil Mack, 1, always knowing where he is, but 2, there's going to be times when they're going to need running backs, tight ends to help block and protect the quarterback as well.
Yeah, I think really that comes down to what people know as chipping, right? So you get the offensive linemen. They're always, and typically those chip blocks, they're going to be on the man side of the protection. So if the slide is going this way, again, that's your zone side. To the man side, you're going to have the chipper, and that's really what you see here with Corey Clement. He's going to help Lane Johnson here on this chip with Khalil Mack, and you see the job that he does just releasing right before he gets out into the route. He's not going to stay in and necessarily always block, but he's just going to give him a little nudge on his way out into the route. And we're going to see here a few plays later, similar kind of thing. This time, though, with a tight end on that side, and that's Brent Selleck. He's going to, again, before he releases out into the route, he's just going to help Lane Johnson out, give him a little bit of that shove there. He actually ends up catching this pass, but that first down catch started with a little chip block there against Khalil Mack.
Yeah, slow him down just enough. Of course, you don't want your running backs and tight ends one-on-one with Khalil Mack, but just slow him down just enough so that the offensive linemen can do what they need to do. All right, so we focused on offensive line play, also what the other players can do, the chip blocks that we mentioned, but the offense, when it comes to play calling, scheming, and coaching, can also do more to neutralize a pass rush like this.
No question, and there's always things that you can do from a schematic standpoint in the game plan to negate a pass rusher like Khalil Mack. You're going to see the quick game, so catch and release from Nick Foles. Nice three-step drop, just get the ball out fast. You may feel more comfortable with one-on-one matchups if the ball's coming out quickly. Obviously, you want to get the run game going with guys like Darren Sproles and Josh Adams and Wendell Smallwood. You're going to get the RPO game going where you've got the run and the pass going at the same time. You're going to anything that you can do to help negate these guys just pinning their ears back and getting upfield, which, by the way, the first thing that the Eagles have to do is stay on schedule. Do not get behind the sticks 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 against the Chicago defense. You do not want this, but all those different things all work. Play action in particular is very, very good. Misdirection is very, very good, and that's exactly what you see here on this play. Everybody's going to have to start working this way as if it's going to be a run to Corey Clement. They're going to take Nelson Aguilar and bring him across the formation into the flat. This is the same exact play. Nelson actually scored on this play from Nate Sudfeld last week against Washington, and you saw there on that play, are these guys pinning their ears back to come and get after Nick Foles? No, this is a pass play. All those guys are standing straight up. They're all looking like they're trying to defend the run. This ball's going to go to Nelson Aguilar, and it goes for a first down. Again, last week, this went for a touchdown, but those are the kinds of things that you can do against a guy like Khalil Mack. And it's not just one thing. You're going to mix up everything we just showed you, all the different pass game elements, but also you're going to slide protection. You're going to help Lane Johnson with chips every once in a while. Sometimes you're going to leave those guys one-on-one in an island. But all of that comes together to help negate a guy like Khalil Mack.
A lot of things that the Eagles do very well. And one thing is for sure, the players are excited and eager for this matchup that they expect to be a tough, competitive one. But as Nick Foles said at his press conference, if you're an athlete, if you're a competitor, this is what you live for. Keep it at PhiladelphiaEagles.com for everything leading up to that matchup at Chicago and beyond.